We'll start with Mauryan chapter. Literary sources which describe Mauryan chapter. First was Kautilya Arthashastra, written in Sanskrit by Kautilya himself. Kautilya was also known as Indian Macaulay. He described king, council, and department of government. First part of Arthashastra. Second, civil and criminal laws. Third, diplomacy and war. Vishak Dutt Mudra Rakshas, which was a Sanskrit drama. Then Megasthenes Indica, Megasthenes was a Greek philosopher. He wrote a book named Indica about India. Then Puran gives a brief description about Mauryan Empire, Jataka Buddhism literature. Sixth, Ceylon Chronics, Sri Lanka, two books that were Deepa Vamsha and Mahavamsha. Then we comes to archaeological sources which describe our Mauryan period, which comprises edicts of Ashoka. 13th Rock Edict. So war with Kaling. Pillar Edict 8th, that will describe efforts to promote his Dhamma policy. Political history of first comes Chandragupta Maurya, then Bindusar, then Ashoka the Great. We will read one by one about them. Chandragupta Maurya, 322 to 298 BC. Chandragupta Maurya was the first ruler and founder of Mauryan Empire. He fought with Alexander under the guidance of Kautilya, Chanakya. Then his son Bindusara, 298 to 273 BC. In the book Amrit Gatha, written by Greek, then Damachus was a Syrian poet. Then Ajivaka. Bindusara adopted Ajivaka, a religious sect. Chandragupta adopted Jainism at the end of his life, at the end of his ages. Then Bindusara adopted Ajivaka, and Ashoka will adopt Buddhism. So there was political freedom among the family. Ashoka the Great, 273 to 232 BC, that is in 3rd century. Buddhism, he adopted Buddhism because of Upagupta, Mahendra and Sanghamitra. Mahendra was his son. And Sanghamitra was the daughter of Ashoka. He sent both of them to Sri Lanka to spread Buddhism. Then Ashoka's inscription describe about Cholas, Pandyas, Satputras and Kerala Putras in the south. Then Ranjani, which describes about Kashmir. It has Kashmir history. Then we come to Ashoka Dhamma. What Ashoka Dhamma says: first, serve to father and mother, practice of ahimsa, love of truth, reverence to teachers, and good treatment to relatives. Second, prohibition of animal sacrifice and festival gathering and avoiding expensive and meaningless ceremonies and rituals. Third, efficient organization of administration in the direction of social welfare and maintenance of constant contact with people through the system of Dhamma Yatras. Fourth, human treatment of servants by masters and prisoners by government officials. Fifth, consideration of non-violence to animals and courtesy to relations and liberties to Brahmins. Sixth, tolerance among all the religious sects. Seventh, conquest through Dhamma instead of war. Then Brihadrath was the last ruler of Mauryan Empire, which was assassinated by his army commander Pushyamitra Sung, and then start with the new dynasty Pushyamitra Sung. What was the central administration during Mauryan Empire? Mahamantri. First come Mahamantri, Senapati, Yuvraj and Amatyas. फिर Samhartas for revenue officers. Adhyaksh, Department of Commerce and Industry, both civil and criminal codes were there. ठीक है. फिर धर्माधिकारीन, Supreme Court, regular census were held, and there was a regular check who is foreigner, who is Indian, how many tribes. So there was a regular census. Then there were four important cities: Taxila, Ujjain, Suvarnagiri, and Kalinga. Um, Bindusar has two sons, Ashoka and Shishum. So he sent Ashoka to Taxila and Shishum to Ujjain when he had revolt. Then use of stone was there. Then we comes to pillar. Ashoka pillar were found in Delhi, Allahabad, Rumande, which is in Nepal, Sanchi, Sarnath. Sarnath pillar has four lions in it, and other pillars has lion, elephant, and bull on them. Then Sachi Stupa, which is very famous. Then caves, the Barbara Hills near Bodh Gaya. In it, interior walls polished like mirror. Then the reasons of decline of Ashokan Empire or Mauryan Empire. First was Ashoka's policies and weak successors. Second, inadequate policies and economic institution. Third, non-violence reduced fighting spirit of his army.